This morning, our two Valley residents who were both in Guatemala when that volcano erupted, Kelsey Lowe and Jake Watson, now working to help raise money for those victims. Thank you for joining us. Glad you're both safe and back home. You both have a crazy story when this started. Where were you and where were you?
So when the volcano erupted, I was actually back in California. I flew out an hour after the eruption. And so I got a call. I immediately called my cousin Jake because I knew his flight was coming up. And I was like, hey, you need to get to the airport right now. I know it's like 6 hours before your flight, but you might not be able to make it if you don't go now. And he didn't make it for 3 days. The airport closed, and we're really happy that he was able to make it back.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry.
No, you're good. And Jake, where were you in respect to where the volcano erupted?
About 15 kilometers, 10 miles away. And so that's exactly right where I was at when it actually erupted. And so then moving into the, Antigua, it's a lot closer to it. And so that's when I saw a bunch of cars just completely covered in ash and a lot of chaotic, just activity from the people trying to either get out of Antigua or people coming into Antigua from the villages that are closer to Volcán de Fuego.
How scary. These are our pictures, I assume, before that happened of you two. We were just looking at. And so you were saying, too, you could feel the ash hitting you. What was that like?
It felt like bugs, honestly. And so when the wind would blow, you could feel it just all over. And it's just because it wasn't ash, it's actually rock that's, coming from the volcano. And so it was so surreal.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. And this is a place that's really close to your heart. Kelsey, what are your ties to this area?
It is. I absolutely love Guatemala. I love the people there. In 2015, I got to teach English. And so I became very close to the community in Antigua. I still have students that when I go back to Guatemala, I get to visit and see. And so finding this out was absolutely devastating. It was really hard. It was even harder being home, knowing that I couldn't be there to hands-on help. So that's what really led with this fundraising, because if I couldn't be there helping in person, the least I could do is take advantage of the fact that we live in the most affluent country in the world. And we do have money and we can help. So if it's $5, $10, $100, whatever you are in position to donate, the money goes so much farther there. There's people that have literally lost their homes. They've lost everything. People that were farmers that they can't farm anymore because there's lava that's completely covered their land. So there's 4,000 people right now that have been displaced from their homes. And the fundraising and the money right now is going towards that long-term care, but also the immediate needs, which are the medicine, amoxicillin and penicillin. They just did a medicine drop last night, and they're doing one this morning in Esquinta, which is pretty much, it's like the hub. There's shelters that keep popping up, especially after the second eruption. More and more shelters, churches, people's homes. People are opening up their doors because there's such a need right now, even just fresh water.
And you were saying there's a lot of people from California that are there, too, in that area, right?
Yeah, Chelsea Glass, she's a close friend. She owns a boutique travel agency called The Heart of Travel, and she's the one that originally kick-started and led this. It started off as a $1,000 goal, and now at almost $22,000. Wow. It's incredible. And so it's actually being transitioned. They're looking at starting a 501c3 or a foundation, because this long-term care, there's going to be a need. And right now, it's more of the disaster relief, with the responders, with, in the beginning, they needed to buy boots because their boots were melting and they couldn't go rescue people. And a lot of people that have lost all their family members have now decided to be volunteers to help continue the search.
Really quickly, I know we're getting a little short on time, Jake. Since you were stuck there, I'm sure you saw this need, the immediate need. What did you see? Was it just a chaotic scene, I imagine?
Well, for other people, it's just exactly what she's explaining. Just they need a lot of help, and it's really difficult. What I saw mostly was in Antigua. It's just like the layers of ash across all the buildings. People wearing masks, trying to block, and then the rain coming down. It's like stay outside or stay inside so that you can not get affected by that.
It becomes acid rain because of all of the gases in the air.
It's amazing to see the pictures. It's just devastating. So you can help. Where can people go to help you out, Kelsey?
We have a GoFundMe account, and so you can be able to donate through GoFundMe. You can find that through the Heart of Travel. You can find that in the show notes. You can find it contacting me through Facebook at Kelsey Lowe. There's some information right there. So all of those locations are ways that you can be able to donate.
And we'll put that all on the website as well. Kelsey and Jake, thank you for being here. Glad you guys are back home safe.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
What a great thing you're doing. All right.